What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and today, guys, I'll be showing you how to tame the AMARGASAURUS as well as its abilities. Now, guys, first off, you'll be finding the AMARGASAURUSes in extreme temperature zones, such as the volcano area, the snowy tundra, and stuff like that. So you just have to keep an eye out. They will be aggressive towards you, so do keep that in mind. But a few things to bring before you start trying to tame the AMARGASAURUSes. A full set of ghillie will help you, as they are a passive tame. You'll also need taming food, so exceptional kibble, crops, or berries will do the trick. However, I would recommend bringing kibble, as it'll make your life a lot easier. Now, as well as that, you also will need sweet vegetable cakes, a weapon or tame to fend off and help the AMARGASAURUS kill things, as well as a curry or soup. Now, I've currently got some free curry here. You can use Callian soup, Lazarus chowder, that sort of stuff. As long as you've got one of those, you will be able to tame up the AMARGASAURUS. So, I apologize. Stupid weather. So, it is currently very foggy. I might just try and bring you guys back when it isn't foggy, because there's no way we're going to be able to do anything like this. So bear with me 1 second and we'll get the weather sorted out. Okay, now that the weather has sorted itself out, first off, you will need to make sure that you've popped the curry, soup, or whatever you decide to bring with you. And then what you need to do is simply walk up to the AMARGASAURUS that you're wanting to tame. For example, this big fella right here. And you just need to sync your temperature. Boom. Now, what this will do is it will cause the AMARGASAURUS to hunt. So what you need to do is just follow the AMARGASAURUS around. It will try to fight things, normally like Rexes, anything large, because it's trying to prove itself to you and its worth. I don't know if it'll follow us here. It will follow us. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can walk around with it and take it up to like aloes and Rexes and all that sort of stuff. Or you can kite it into a trap that you've built and then kite the things that you want to kill into that trap with the AMARGASAURUS and work with it to kill the things like that. It's entirely up to you. The trap is probably the safest idea, but you then have to venture out, and it can be quite dangerous for you to do it. So it's actually a really cool way and unique way of taming up the AMARGASAURUS, but you obviously need to find stuff to actually kill, and so far we're not having any luck with that, are we? Now you can see here the AMARGASAURUS is getting enraged, and he'll start attacking the Rex and trying to kill it. And this is the part where you want to help out your AMARGASAURUS. You want to try and kill the Rex with it, and every time you shoot it, you will get a taming percentage. Now, the taming percentage is based off of the creature's level that you kill. So, for example, that Rex was only level 10, so we only got 2% for our AMARGASAURUS. So they can be a quite tedious tame, but honestly, the taming mechanic of them, I reckon, makes it solidly worth it. So all you need to do is keep attacking and killing strong prey, and then eventually it'll ask for sweet veggie cakes. It'll also ask for kibble or taming food, and that's when you insert that into its inventory. So right now, what is it currently fighting? Bro, you're setting yourself on fire. What are you doing? I have no idea what he's even trying to fight. Bro, you're gonna die. Now, another thing to note is he won't lose taming effectiveness until he goes below 80% health. So keep that in mind. I have no idea what he's aggroed on, but he's very insistent on killing whatever it is that he is aggroed on. Are you done setting yourself on fire? And you can see here, if he does get low, he will ask, or if he takes health damage, he will ask for a sweet veggie cake in order to replenish his health. So all you need to do is feed that sweet veggie cake. If you don't feed the sweet veggie cake, what will happen is its taming effectiveness will drop, so you won't get as many levels at the end of the tame. So keep that in mind. I would recommend bringing the sweet veggie cakes with you, just to do that as well with the AMARGASAURUS. So keep that in mind. He should... What? Oh no, he's fighting something over here. But yeah, you just want to try and keep an eye on him, help him out with killing things, and you can see that we've just killed another thing. He's got 0.7% of that. So you want to try and hunt the big game stuff. You want to go for Rexes, Aloes, Udies, Spinos. Please don't fall in the lava. And where is he? Oh, God. And you can see that he's just setting himself on fire. Stay out of the fire, mate. And he's going to beeline it straight into the lava. So you can see that, I mean, he's slowly going up. 3.5, he's going to fall in the lava. He's just on a rampage. This is why you possibly want to build a trap for the AMARGASAURUS, just so that it doesn't run around like this, and that you can actually kite whatever you want into the trap to help tame it. Now, you also need to be wary, because if you accidentally shoot or damage the AMARGASAURUS yourself, it will turn on you and try to kill you. So keep that in mind. As you can see, it doesn't want a piece of me now because I've accidentally shot it with my shotgun instead of getting the Rex. So you've got to be careful of that regards as well, which is once again why you possibly want to build a trap for this guy as well. And you can see there that if your Amargasaurus does take too much damage, it will lose that taming effectiveness. So what's its taming effectiveness at? 99%. So, I mean, it hasn't lost that much health, but we're going to feed it a sweet veggie cake to thing here, and it will give you the little prompt saying that it's taking too much damage. So keep that in mind, but all you need to do is continuously just keep hunting stuff. And you can see here it's hungry from hunting, so you need to feed it to increase taming as well. So you can either feed it the kibble, or you can feed it berries and crops. Like I mentioned though, kibble will give you more of a taming percentage. So keep that in mind. It is possible to do it with berries and crops. You just have to hunt for longer. So that's really the only difference between using the crops and kibble. But yeah, I would recommend using the kibble if you have access to it. Now guys, as you have probably seen, the Amargasaurus has 3 different types of spikes. He's got heat spikes, cold spikes, and armor-piercing spikes. Now each of these have a corresponding effect. You can aim them using your secondary attack. You'll see here that a bit of a reticle comes up, and this will allow you to fire them with your Amargasaurus. All you need to do is hold down the secondary key and then hit your primary key for your Amargasaurus to launch the spikes. Now, armor-piercing ones will reduce the amount of armor that creatures have, therefore allowing them to take more damage. Heat spikes will apply a burning effect to everything in the circumference of the spike as well. Now, do keep in mind that these spikes will decay over time as well. Ice spikes, however, freeze the area around them, and if a creature stays in the ice spike area long enough, it will freeze them solidly. You can see here these stegos are about to get frozen solid, and just like that, they're frozen solid. So you can pair these together with your armor-piercing spikes and your ice-cold spikes and all that sort of stuff to deal crap tons of damage. Do keep in mind, though, that your spikes can be damaged by wild dinos, so that can cause them to break a lot quicker. And you can see there that the stegos actually aggroed on the spikes as well. Now, the Amargasaurus also has a primary attack, which you can see here is capable of harvesting berries and resources. It also does deal damage to creatures, so we're going to hit this Anki up ahead. But the real utility lies within using the spikes. He also has a neck bash attack, which you can see here is dealing damage as well, and that's a little bit of a better harvester, and it also has a tail whip attack. So this all depends on the way that you are attacking with your Amargasaurus, dependent on which way you're facing. So if you're facing straight ahead and not moving, he will use the tail swing, the neck swing attack. If you're running and trying to attack, he will use the bite attack. And then if you're facing the rear 2 ways of your Amargasaurus, he will use that tail swipe attack. Now, all these attacks do deal the same amount of damage, so keep that in mind. But honestly, this guy's pretty amazing. He's actually super fast. I mean, not super fast, but for a sauropod, he's pretty damn fast. So I'm pretty impressed with how these guys are going. You can also see the total spike count at the bottom there, and these will slowly recharge over time. So keep that in mind if you're using your spikes. Now, another really cool thing about the Amargasaurus is you can actually retrieve spikes off of him. So you can actually see that we're taking these off of his neck spikes right here, and they're just growing back over time. So watch this, we'll grab another one. And this allows you to just keep grabbing your own Amargasaurus spikes, which will allow you to place in sap taps to actually increase production and the quantity of sap that you will receive from tree sap taps. So they're pretty cool. I really enjoy the new Amargasauruses. I reckon they're dope. I'd heavily recommend getting yourself one. They will be a little bit tedious, especially if you don't have the right food to heal them. So if you do try to tame one, make sure that you've got sweet veggie cakes on hand or a super strong weapon or tame that can actually kill whatever it is that the Amargasaurus will aggro on, and allow you to mitigate as much damage on your Amargasaurus. And you can see here the armor-piercing spikes in effect, increasing the amount of damage that they take. Before we were hitting for 68 or 64, now we hit for 77 while it's under the effects of the armor-piercing spikes. So guys, that is going to wrap up the Amargasaurus taming and ability video. Keep an eye on these guys because I will be doing comparisons with other sauropods as well as other tames and be testing them in some battles against other dinos. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more, and I will catch you in the next one.